And we're joined on the phone today by guitarist G.E. Smith, former band leader, music director for Saturday Night Live. He's played with David Bowie, Mick Jagger, Bob Dylan over the years. And now he's got a new album out with LeRoy Bell. It's called Stony Hill. Hey, Mr. Smith, how are you today?
I'm doing real good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much for joining me.
Happy to do it, man. I love Minnesota. I've always had such a good time there.
Excellent. Yeah, obviously Bob Dylan's from here, Prince, a lot of people you've probably run into over the years.
Yes. I played with Bob, of course, and I did meet Prince a few times and had some good conversations with him. He's a real smart guy.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the new album you've got coming out here with LeRoy Bell, Stony Hill. Can you tell the listeners a bit about it?
Right. Well, in January of 2019, my wife, Taylor Barton, was listening to a playlist that she got off of Spotify or something, and I heard this voice. And I said, "Who's that?" And she said, "Well, that's this guy LeRoy Bell from Seattle." Now, I've been looking for a singer for many, many years, a great singer. And I said, "That's the voice. That's the guy I've been looking for." So we invited him to our home in New York State, out on Long Island. And he came, and he had just written the song "America," which is on the record. And we sat down and played and just got along really well. You know how sometimes you meet somebody and you just get along? And within 2 days we were in the studio and kept recording and working. He would come in from Seattle for a week at a time, and we kept working, and we did this record.
Well, I would say considering the singers you've played with over the years, you mentioned, of course, Bob Dylan, Bowie, Mick Jagger, that really says something about LeRoy's abilities as a singer for him to be that guy you've been looking for.
Yeah, he's got a great voice. He really does. And he's a really good songwriter, so it was a good fit. Because, what I've always done, I'm a sideman. That's what I always wanted to be. And I've always tried to support the songs and the singers, what they were doing with their voice. And that's, I think, why me and LeRoy work together really well, because he's got the songs and he's got the voice, and I've got the musical thing to put under it.
Excellent. And again, Stony Hill is out here, and you mentioned the single "America." I saw the video for that. I loved the black and white footage you guys put in along with you guys. Very, very stylish.
Thank you. Just trying to save money, And we shot that right out here where we live, a little town called Amagansett, tiny little town out on Long Island. We shot it all around here, and I think it came out pretty good.
Well, with the album, a lot of the songs, you guys are touching on a lot of things happening in the country these days. Definitely no shortage of inspiration, especially with everything that's been happening over the past year here.
Yeah, it's funny. We recorded the whole thing in 2019, starting in January. It finished recording by the end of the summer. And then the virus and the protests and all the other stuff really kicked up, and these songs just fall right into these times. But we, of course, didn't know that stuff was going to happen. But here we are.
Well, are you guys hoping to maybe tour when things are safe, or do virtual concerts or anything like that for the new album?
Well, yeah, we were supposed to in March. We were all scheduled to go down to Texas to the South by Southwest, introduce the album there, play some live shows, and then we had a tour scheduled. We were going to go out and play all over the country, and of course, boom, the old 1-9 got us. And who knows when we'll be able to play again. As you know, the live music business is in a coma. We'll just have to see what happens. But we're ready to play when the time comes.
Excellent. Again, the new album, Stony Hill, is coming out here. G.E. Smith and LeRoy Bell, and it's got a definite, R&B blues kind of sound to it. I know you've played just about every genre of music in your career over the years. Is this kind of the one that you fall back on? This is kind of your preferred style?
Yeah, well, as a guitar player, I always loved playing blues, and I love the R&B music. I grew up listening to that stuff. I'm an old bar band guitar player, I've been playing in bars since I was 11. And I learned all those songs. Like, LeRoy Bell's uncle is a man named Tom Bell, who wrote a lot of really well-known songs La La Means I Love You by the Delphonics, all that kind of stuff. And I played all those songs in bars over the years, The Temptations, Smokey Robinson, Supremes, all that music. I always played that stuff. I love that music. Al Green, I got to play with Al Green a couple times on Saturday Night Live, which was a real honor for me. And I also, both LeRoy and myself, also grew up listening to, Cream and The Who and Rush, all that stuff. We have those records, so we have a lot in common. We grew up listening to the same stuff.
Well, I got to ask you about your memories of working with Hall Oates, because, during that time, it seemed like those guys could do no wrong. Practically everything they released seemed to be hitting the top 40 during that time.
Yeah, I was really lucky. We're all three of us, Daryl, John, and myself, Pennsylvania guys. So we got along right away on that level, we understood. And we'd all, again, listen to these R&B tracks, all of our lives. And when I first got hired by them, I was getting $200 a week, $100 to play the guitar and $100 to drive one of the station wagons. And we were playing bars and stuff. This was in '79. But then pretty quick it blew up, and they started having all those giant records, Private Eyes and Maneater and all that stuff. And we had a great time for 6 years. I was with them. We played all over the world, and I was really lucky to be there.
I hope you got a raise then after that started picking up.
I did, funny thing, man. I did get a nice raise after. It worked out good.
Well, and of course, you were a band leader on SNL for years, and you mentioned playing with Al Green. Were there some other moments there, some guys that you got to play with that really, were kind of dream come trues for you?
Well, yeah, just every week, just being around these bands, because they would come in on Thursday and do camera blocking and setting the stage and stuff. And I get to hear them play and really hang out with them. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, to get to know these people and hang out with them a bit and listen to them. And then I got to play when the first, when Mike Myers wrote Wayne's World. I helped him write the little Wayne's World theme song, and Aerosmith played it. And I got to play with Aerosmith, on that. So, yeah, man. Again, just pure luck to be there for all this stuff. It's great.
When you were, setting up for the show on the other days of the week, what was that like for you on set, just hanging out with the cast? Because, that was some of the all-time greats at that time.
Yeah, it was fantastic, to be up in the office and, Mike Myers would come in. Chris Rock used to come into the music office and just kind of hang around and watch. Because the music office was big. And back in those days, you could still smoke in the music office. So anybody who smoked would come in there. So there were always people hanging out. When Willie Nelson was on the show, Willie came in and smoked there, It was just great to get to know all those people, Chris Farley, Mike Myers, Phil Hartman, the folks that were on back then. Adam Sandler was a great guy to be around. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, again, it's been an honor speaking with you, and definitely digging Stony Hill here, and hopefully I can speak with you again sometime. Yeah, Dustin, thank you. What part of the state are you in? We're a little south of the Twin Cities, so right around that area. Okay, because I've played in Minnesota a lot from the Twin Cities out to Duluth, so I love it there. Excellent. There's some beautiful girls there, man. I've always noticed. Minnesota and Texas, that's where the beautiful girls. There you go. All right, thanks a lot, man. Take care. And again, that was G.E. Smith. His new album with LeRoy Bell, Stony Hill, is available now.